I'm Terry Kolath. I'm here today with Patty Waters of Palmakers. We're talking about something wonderful she's doing for us in the Summer Academy. It's called the Android Google Walk-In Clinic. Thank you for joining me, Patty.
Glad to be here.
So your April hiatus is over. You're back in business. Yep. People can join you on Monday afternoon.
We had a little break, and now it's time for some Android questions, Google questions, help with our little technology.
What I love about the walk-in clinics is they're so personal. That's probably the craziest thing about for you, is that everybody who walks in has their own question. It's like, here's my question, right on the spot.
And I now have a lot of new best friends.
I bet you do. It's so wonderful to think that somebody who knows more than we do about a piece of technology will share their knowledge with us. That's really a blessing.
And it's a learning curve for me also.
Nice, yeah, I bet it is.
But it's fun.
And it keeps changing, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, you can never say, I've got it.
That's right. That's right.
So tell me about this Android. Now, for those who may not understand all of this, because it was revealed to us over time. First, we just had the rotary phone, then we had maybe the princess phone, and the wall phone. And a phone was a phone was a phone. Now, you have Apple phones, you have Android phones, and it's a huge difference, but it's kind of the same, right?
Well, it's kind of like if you drive a Buick or you drive a Ford or you drive a Mercury. They all do the same thing, but the bells and whistles and levers are in a different place. And with Android, you have a lot of different people making Android phones.
Right, that's different.
And they're basically Android phones use the same operating system, the same main system, but that's quite different in the way the look of Apple products. So we have a lot of really wise, talented Apple people here at Shell Point, and we also have a lot of talented Android people. But most of the Android people aren't all that familiar with Apple and vice versa. So we're kind of looking at Android, and a lot of times people just have something that's really bothering them.
Or they switch phones.
Or they've switched phones.
Right, that's common.
Making a transition.
Mm-hmm.
Or their kids bought them a new phone. Surprise!
Yeah, I don't want this.
Right. Now text me. What?
Mm-hmm. And it's so interesting. I mean, I, with my limited abilities, have sat with someone and shown them something that literally changed their life. When you learn how to text, it changes your life.
Yes.
We can communicate with our children, our grandchildren.
Yes.
I mean, that is how they communicate. It's like you might as well do it if you want to communicate. You might as well learn to text.
Not only that, but I have to mention this about texting because a very, very good friend who admittedly is the least technological person that in my circle of friends. I said, Susan, you text? This was a couple years before I even knew how to text, what texting was. And she said, yes, because I just speak what I want to say.
Exactly.
And I said, what? You mean I don't have to type it?
Yeah.
She taught me. So, like you say, sharing just one simple thing can make a lot of difference.
And that is a huge, simple thing. So, I guess that we have this built-in fear of technology because, as I've heard so often, we're not digital natives. We're foreigners in a digital land. Like my little granddaughter, she picks up no matter what the technology is and just tries it. For us, it's more, we want someone to show us. We're afraid we're going to ruin it. We're afraid we're going to, get rid of all the information on it. So to have help is so important.
Well, it's kind of a fun time, and it's usually if there's more than one person come in, we'll do it kind of in 10-minute, 15-minute segments. If nobody else comes in, and you come in and you have more questions, that time from 1 to 3, is reserved for your questions.
And it's nice because you're in the Woodlands Resident Computer Center, right by the beautiful lobby, right by the Blend. You know, so if you're waiting,
Very
it's not hard
handy.
to wait. Yeah, it's really,
Very
really
good
nice.
location.
So let me understand Androids now. You use Google as the app.
Well, anybody can use Google. We can use Google to search. We can use Google Maps.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Google Calendar.
Uh-huh.
The calendar's wonderful. And the thing about the Google things, you can go on your computer and see them. You can go on your phone and see the same thing.
It's wonderful.
Or your tablet.
Yes.
So Android is actually the name of the system, but Google's one of the big products that we use for many different kind of things, like the calendar, like searching, like going to a certain website,
Sure.
like
Research.
shellpoint.net.
Yeah, so when you go to your frequent. Now, it's wonderful to know that you can sync up if you have an Android tablet and an Android phone. That's important for people with an Apple iPhone and an Apple, iPad.
Right.
That ability to learn to sync. But what are some of the other things you can help with? You said organizing your screen. I mean, that's so important.
Yes, yes. A lot of times, folks will come in and they'll say, I do email, but I don't see anything you turn it on and there's no little icon, no little picture. And if you do email, you want to have that little icon, that little picture.
there.
So as soon as you turn it on, boom, you go right to your email
Right.
or your text or whatever your favorite thing to
Right.
do. And I think it's important to say, although there's so many different things you can do, don't worry about it. Do the things. If you like to text, do
Start
that.
with that,
If you want to
sure.
learn how to do that, that's important. If taking pictures is
Yeah.
a big deal, and it is, because more than anything, a lot of people say, oh, this is my camera.
Yeah.
Oh, I can also make phone calls with it, but mainly it's my camera.
Oh, wonderful.
So you don't have to learn it all, just the things that you're interested in. And there's nobody that's an expert in all of it, so don't let anybody intimidate you.
And it's wonderful that you don't have to understand anything other than what you want to do. And you can grow and learn something else and something else. You don't have to know everything before you do anything.
Right, kind of grows with you.
Yeah,
like-
that's wonderful. Well, this is a great thing that you do for us, and you're going to be there every Monday afternoon, except Memorial Day. We're going to
Right.
give you a holiday, a Monday off,
Right.
and people can just come with their device. Do they need to know a password?
If they have a password on their phone or their tablet, they would need to know their password. We're able to get onto internet in the Woodlands
Right.
Computer Center.
Super. Well, we are so fortunate here. All summer long, we have walk-in clinics for whatever your technology is. We have them for the PC in the mornings in the Woodlands Computer Center. We have Patty on Monday afternoons dedicated to Android and Google. We have the Apple people, Penny Modrich, and people helping her on Saturday afternoons. They do the clinic for the Apple products in the community room at King's Crown. So we have you covered with people who are knowledgeable and generous. And thank you, Patty, for sharing the Android Google options.
Glad to do it.